Hi, I'm Sean Brown, founder of Salt Buddy. Up to this point, I've spent my career serving customers with their needs in the software solutions space. I'm a technologist by trade. Salt Buddy is a mobile application that serves the recreational boating community. It's intended to serve two primary audiences: private boat owners and charter operators. Essentially, Salt Buddy helps these two audiences manage multi-participant boat trips or trips with more than one person. All aspects of the boat trip can be managed through the Salt Buddy mobile application, including setting up and sharing the details of the trip, controlling all communications, transferring funds between riders and trip organizers, hosting the digital experiences through videos, photos, comments, and so on, and growing a participant's personal network of connections. Salt Buddy is an evolution of the traditional online social media outlets. Instead of encouraging participants to just stay glued to their screens, Salt Buddy uses technology to promote face-to-face interactions through a shared common interest like fishing, cruising, sailing, diving, and so on. The existing approach requires a combination of online social media tools with an audience that is largely not interested in using these tools because of the noise they produce. The noise is the result of friend connections that are frequently not close relations who produce content on all topics and interests. Salt Buddy's focus aligns with its users' passions. Its content and communications are relevant to its users. It is a combination of multiple capabilities that exist today into a single platform. Let's take a look at how the application actually works. So we are in the Salt Buddy app right now, and essentially what we have is two personas to participate in the app. You're either a driver or a rider. If you're a driver, you're basically setting up trips. If you're a rider, you're joining those trips. So I'm set up as a driver right now. I'm going to go ahead and create my first trip in the app. I go ahead by clicking the Start Trip button, and then I go ahead and give the trip a name. What am I doing? Where am I going? In this case, we're going to do a shark fishing trip. See if we can land a big one. We've got a total of 4 riders that we can bring on this trip, that I'm willing to bring on this trip. And we're going to be out for a long time. I'm going to consume a lot of gas and do a lot out there. So it's going to be $1,200 total cost. I want to go ahead and determine who can see this trip as well. This is where you basically say it's my connections. It's my favorite connections. If second degree buddies is like a friend of a friend, second degree buddies favorites, it's different ways to actually grow your network. In this case, I'm actually logged in as a boat captain as well. So you see the option for public is basically making it available to the general Salt Buddy community. So I'm going to go ahead and say, in this case, I'm looking for favorite buddies. I'm going to give this trip a little bit of a description. We're going to say, offshore, 90 miles, near the middle ground. You click next after that, and then you're given with the departure and arrival details. And essentially this is, when are you going to leave? When are you going to come back? What is the cancellation date? And where are you leaving from? So I'm going to say, in this case, we're going to leave on Sunday. We're going to go early in the morning, let's say around 6 o'clock or so a.m. Say okay to that. And then the date of arrival, we're going to come back on Sunday as well, but we're going to come back late. So we're going to come back as late as about 10 o'clock at night. Say okay to that. Now I have my departure and my arrival. My last date of cancellation is essentially when I will not allow people to cancel anymore, right? So I could say by Friday, if you've said you wanted to go and I've accepted you, then you need to be expecting that you're going to go. And if you don't go, then it's my right to go ahead and actually charge you to go whether you do or not. And I'm going to say at Friday evening at 6 p.m., say okay to that. My location of departure, this is where I say, where are we leaving from? So I can put in, I'm going from the War Veterans Memorial Park. And I look through my list of locations. There, right there, I got that. and then I choose next. And this is the last screen. This gives the boat details. And what I'm doing here is I'm basically sharing some information about my boat to those that would be interested in coming on the trip with me. So my boat's called Salt Buddy 1. My boat type is a power boat, a catamaran. I give a little description, and I can say this is a 26-foot, super smooth riding dry boat. All right, doesn't get a lot of wet on the deck. Right? It's super nice ride. Then I can go ahead and actually show a picture of my boat for those that are going to be interested in coming. And I say, all right, that's the picture I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and expand that picture a bit. Right, and I'm done. Now I basically just post this trip. And after posting the trip, it now makes it available to, in my case, the visibility that I set, my favorites. Go to one of the other devices of the people that I sent it to, then I'm going to see the details. Now I'm on the writer device, and the first thing I notice is a notification. There's also a notification on the Salt Buddy icon, and when I open the icon, I see the trip on my trip screen. When I open the trip, I then can see the option to join that trip. So let's do that. Now I'm back over on the basically the phone that created the trip, the driver. Right, that driver said, we've set up this shark fishing trip. I sent it out to my favorites, and I might have some people that are interested in joining the trip. You'll notice at the top, I've got some notifications that says that Salt Buddy, Sean Brown has shown interest in a trip posted by you. This trip was posted by the Salt Buddy app, the owner in this case. So I actually go ahead and I choose the trip itself. I go ahead and I look at the top right. I have two flags here. There's details and there's writers at the top right. If I choose the writers, I can see that Sean Brown has expressed interest in this trip. I'll get a list of everybody that expressed interest in this trip, and I get to choose who I want to bring based on the people that have expressed interest. In this case, Sean Brown's a pretty cool guy. I'm going to go ahead and select, and then that makes Sean now a writer on the trip. We can go ahead and have this trip. Once we get the other 3 spots filled, then we go ahead and enjoy our trip out on the water. You've just seen a short demonstration to show the basic mechanics of the application, but make no mistake, this is a platform to facilitate an online marketplace. It's about using the technological tools of today to promote real-world activities. Currently, I'm targeting recreational boating, but you can probably imagine many use cases with some simple adjustments to the platform. I've already seen an interest in the private pilot or small aircraft pilot community, also with retreats, yoga retreats, and the like. Snow-related sports or any activity that requires an organization of a group of people sharing funds, a community to generate the trip or activity, and a common platform to host all of the experiences through pictures, videos, comments, and the like. There's also a serious need for small businesses who facilitate all the above-mentioned activities. For example, the fishing community relies upon bait and tackle shops, marine repair shops, marinas, and more to serve the needs of the boating community. These businesses can benefit from being a part of the Salt Buddy community to know more about their customers and serve them more effectively. I just started to scratch the surface on this. I think there's a lot more. So here's what I need: $250,000 for 25% ownership of the company. These funds will be used primarily to create Salt Buddy awareness and to continue to enhance the application and the platform. The application has been available for download on the App Store or the Apple Store for about 1.5 years. We have about 600 users to date, but no revenue. Keep in mind, though, that this is a marketplace, and marketplaces take time to build. I've invested about $60,000 to date on a typical trip. The Salt Buddy app, with the current pricing, would net about $12 per ride or per trip. And there are about 25 million saltwater angler trips annually in the U.S. So if you can imagine even getting 1 million of those trips annually, you're looking at about 12 million in income. And this doesn't account for the complementary activities that I had planned as well around tournament fishing, virtual tournaments, and so on. So I hope you'll give Salt Buddy some consideration. Again, I'm Sean Brown, looking forward to further correspondence.